Okay. Good morning, goddesses. Good morning, my friends. We're going to go ahead and start with the music, give you a chance to hop on here, grab some coffee, and we'll get started. All right. So this song, I think it's going to be really funny. So let's take a look at it. It's called Early Dawn by Anthony Vega. It's about 2.5 minutes long, and then we will get started. So if you haven't grabbed your coffee, haven't grabbed your tea, haven't grabbed whatever, go ahead and grab that. I'm going to play some music. We're going to get some energy going. Double O Seven. How are we doing? Good morning. How do you like this little funky 007 song? Awesome. How are you doing? Good morning. Welcome to the Sexy Sunrise Show. I'm Bianca Adelia. I've been a professional boudoir photographer for almost 6 years, and I like to take a little bit of this time every morning, just like 15 to 30 minutes, super fast, and just take a moment to be really intentional about my life, set an intention for myself, dip my toes into some astrology, stop the patterns that don't support self-love. And I think if we only do that, that's huge in waking up our big goddess energy. And that's the big goal here. So what we're going to do is we're going to set a little intention. I'm going to share mine with you for the type of woman that I want to show up as today. And then if you want to share yours in the comment box, that's highly encouraged as well. So the type of woman that I want to show up as in the world today is a woman who can be honest with herself without crumbling. So whether that's analyzing something about myself that's not working, whether it's analyzing something about myself that's not the best that it can be or hurtful to people or whatever, analyzing that, being honest with myself, being able to fix it and not crumbling in the process of being honest with myself. So let's go ahead and tap into the Astro Forecast today. Really, it was really confusing for me today. I'm going to Astro Forecast. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. So we are in Sagittarius energy. Ooh. So this is where we're going to see that, that bold, like very, just like a bold energy. Sagittarius is very optimistic about things. And we're right on the cusp. We've just transitioned into Sagittarius from Scorpio. So we've still got hints. We've still got some underlying factors of the Scorpio identity, and that was like our deep thinker. That was when we were diving into our shadow self. Maybe things were presenting themselves to us that we didn't really want to see. Maybe things about ourselves that we didn't like, stuff like that. But then we've got this Sagittarius energy coming in to save the day, and it's going to really help us pinpoint exactly which parts of those shadow pieces of ourselves that we need to be honest about and pick those apart, what we need to do about them and stuff like that. So what I was kind of thinking when I was reading into and looking at the charts today was today there might be lots of inner dialogue is kind of what I was gathering from it. I have lots of like inner conflicts. There's like an inner war going on in my head all the time. That's what drives me so close to this career path that I'm doing anyways. So lots of like inner conflict, and that's actually what I'm going to be seeing today. But there's going to be this, you're going to want to like hit the nail on the head, but the energy is going to be kind of stirred up. Today's going to be a really confusing energy. And that's why my intention for myself is to just kind of like be honest with myself and not crumble. Like that's my biggest thing, not to crumble today. And to just kind of like let myself go with the flow, let myself see honesties and stuff like that. So that's what's going on with Sagittarius just transitioning out of Scorpio. And then we've got the moon in Pisces now. And the moon, as we know, deals a lot with our emotions and stuff like that. And since we're in Pisces, there's going to be this kind of disconnection. And you guys know when I talk about astrology, the way that I want to communicate astrology isn't really so much in the sense of like the world. It's more of a sense of like how it's going to be impacting us internally. The whole point is to wake up our goddess energy and stuff like that. So you might be feeling like a disconnection to yourself. There's going to be this sense of, there's going to be like lots of ego things going on today. So maybe there's a part of yourself that you're disconnecting from, and like you're wanting to make this connection. Like the overall energy today is you're trying to make this connection with yourself. There's something that you've been searching for. There's something you're looking for, and you're looking for answers, and you've tried a lot of different things, and maybe you're not quite finding it, and maybe you're feeling a little overwhelmed at this point. There's lots of energy going on, maybe lots of things that are popping up in your head, and you're trying to like pinpoint that thing. Like, what is it that you need to do to become the person that you need to be? That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting from today. So Venus is in Scorpio, and since Venus kind of revolves around, I would say Venus would be kind of our connection to self-love, and with it being in Scorpio, Scorpio's going to have this like, Scorpio has this kind of intense goal. So you might be finding that you are unsatisfied with something about yourself. And like I said, there's this connection thing, there's this ego thing, and maybe you won't let yourself see it because your ego doesn't want to feel vulnerable. Maybe it's too hard. Maybe it's something that you've been running from. Maybe it's something that you don't want to handle it right now. And I mean, Chiron is still in 5 degrees of Aries. So Chiron rules kind of like our healing properties, and with it being still at 5 degrees, it's really telling us you got to take action, you got to do something. So one of the major transits that's actually going on is Mercury is conjunct to Mars. So this is going to be that ego thing that I was talking about. So there's going to be this sense of this like identity crisis type thing. And it's not going to be ego in a sense of like flamboyant or like egocentric. It's going to be this kind of like really sensitive to criticisms type of ego thing. Like your ego is going to be really fragile kind of. So there's going to be lots of like discouragement if you're not able to just relax in the lessons that you can learn today. And then lots of frustration. And depending on what your chart looks like is going to depend like if you're feeling frustrated or you're feeling discouraged. Like an Aries might find themselves feeling very frustrated with the day because Aries is like our energy sign. And then like whereas maybe a Cancer might just feel super discouraged, and then that spiral can kind of occur in that discouragement and stuff like that, causing like depressions and stuff like that. So depending on where your sign is going to kind of reflect how you deal with the like cosmic energy going on today. But that's what's going on in the chart, is this kind of like, it's this big ego thing. It's this big ego thing, and your ego doesn't want to feel vulnerable. So there's this like inner dialogue going on, and you're unable to kind of make the connection. And that's going to be okay. If you can just relax and not think that you have to make a connection today, you don't have to find the answer. That Sagittarius energy of wanting to be super precise about something is really going to be wanting you to like find a specific answer. But if you don't find a specific answer today, that's okay. And if you do, allow yourself to see it and not crumble from it or anything like that. So that's going to be the big energy today. So like also with this going on, there's this sense of holding on to something, and that can like direct into the ego thing too. There's this sense of like you're holding on to something, whether that's a part of yourself, maybe that's a project you were doing, maybe it's a certain vision that you had for your life. You're holding on to something, and you're holding on to it so tight because you don't want to hurt your ego if it fails, that you're kind of like, it's kind of this like you've found an identity in holding on to this thing, or you are taking pleasure in this thing that you're holding on to, but it's not really working, and you kind of know that it's not really working, but you're not wanting to be honest with yourself. That's kind of, I think, yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing here. So, yeah, I would think I definitely, this whole chart kind of confused me a lot, and I sat there for about a good hour and a half dissecting this whole thing, and I actually set my intention completely around what's going on today. So my intention for being able to be honest with myself and not crumbling, I don't want to suggest what you should do with your life, but that is what I'm going to do with mine today. I actually have some really great energy today. I took care of myself really well. Yesterday, I did lots of reflecting, everything. So I feel really good today. So that energy, I'm hoping that I've set myself up to where this energy won't really mess me up or anything. But just remember, if you start having lots of like sensitivities going on with your ego and not able to take certain criticisms, whether that be from someone else or yourself, just let it ride today. Just be receptive to all the things. Don't crumble under any of this pressure that's going on. There's lots of energy being stirred around, and there's not really a direct focus, even though you might be looking for it. And someone might even give you, like, if you're seeking advice, somebody might give you direct advice today, and you might not even it still might not make sense today. That's the kind of energy that's going on. Like you go and you pay somebody and you say, I need an answer to this question. They give you an answer to the question, and something inside you is like, I don't know. And you still continue to do the other thing that you were doing, that Scorpio energy I was talking about. So today's going to be quite confusing, I think, based on what I'm seeing in the chart. So just let it ride out today. That's the best advice I can give you today. But yep, that's what I have, and I hope you're able to like feel some good energy today, really feel grounded in yourself. I'm going to send so much love to the woman that you're meant to be today, and I hope you have an amazing Sunday. All right, folks, thank you so much for letting me be part of your morning. It means so much to me, and I will see you again tomorrow bright and early, 10:15 a.m. Central Time, right here on the Goddess Boudoir.